Yo, what is going on everyone, it's TK and welcome back to the channel. On today's video, as always, I have brought you another guide with the double poison towers, this time with the super archer of course, and I'm going to showcase how you can actually go around it, dodge it or whatever you want to call it. And it's just really hard to bring you these type of videos because I need to kind of wait and get the best bases out. So I would appreciate if you can like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and of course let's dive into this video without any further ado. So let's go. Okay, the first base right here, we have the one poison actually on this one, but this was my original base that I was running in Legends League, and I'm gonna give you this little tip with the super archer right here. You can see the poison that is behind the town hall. You cannot really blimp from any other side, but what I'm gonna do is to actually freeze the sweeper and go into it, but I'm not gonna land where the town hall is just because there is 4 tile empty spots, which means if there are bombs, there is only one giant bomb. No one will actually put 4 small bombs and super like tough defense because not everyone has the most perfect traps. But that's why we have landed before that and then of course cloned into the core where we can get the town hall. Any other side of this space you would have done the archers, you would catch that poison tower, and of course for the core you had a bomb tower, so you can't really land on it. And because I trapped this base, I didn't know if this player had it from me and if he copied it, because I have a lot of bombs next to the bomb tower. And of course later on we are going to pull the ice but start our attack because town hall 16 is easy, but at the same time you can time fail really easily as well, so keep that in mind. You need to start the attack really quickly. Never go through those 3 or 1 or 2 ice golems with your main push. Now of course the root riders are going a bit low on HP, so you need to make sure you have the king ability or use these wall breakers that I'm using right now, because well, the wall breakers are there for this exact type of walls that the root riders are not going to be open very quickly. The king, yep, you can see the bombs on the bomb tower that I just told you. Look at how many small bombs there was around it. So super archers on the bomb tower, it's super risky even though the bomb tower was not maxed. Now for the rest of the base, you just need to have these few barbarians left to be able to clean up the back end, clean up anything that is left behind, and of course make sure you kill that enemy queen because she is going to be annoying. I missed those headhunters and I could have sniped the enemy queen from the outside, but I forgot to do it. So let's just be honest, I forgot to do it. Now with this scatter shot, you can see I'm holding a few barbs just for these back end defenses as well, so the champion has an easier path to go around the base. And of course 6 more barbs, I'm keeping it, and then I'm dropping 1 only first to go ahead, find these bombs, find any spring traps, then the rest of the barbs. Always when you're going into a scatter, when you're going to snipe a monolith or something in the core, never drop all of the barbs together because one giant bomb, skelly traps, spring traps, they could really annoy you. But let's go on to the next hit and see what other bases I've brought you today. Okay, we got this double poison right here, and I'm gonna give you another tip for in general of the double poisons. You really don't want to use a warden ability. Now I know the first attack we did use it just because that rage tower compartment is so bad, especially with the Tesla farm, but in this case you can see the blimp didn't make it to the town hall, but there is no area for giant bombs, so we're gonna go in with the clone into the town hall, and this clone I'm hoping to get the scatter shot, town hall. Of course if the king steps nicely we could even get the monolith, and if not, well guess what, the archers will eventually go for it anyway. Another invisibility to get that inferno tower out of the way, and then look at it, I'm already dropping an archer to pull the CC, so not wasting any time. Unfortunately we didn't get the inferno, but one thing about this CC, 2 Rockaloon and an ice golem, is that you cannot drop barbarians for it, especially when you have only 20 left, so you need to drop that titan and then start your attack. I'm going in with 3 root riders here, and by the way I changed the armies in these attacks later on in the video, so I'm gonna put the new link that I'm using right now in Legends League with 2 root riders, because I don't think 3 is the best, just because I'm very much less on barbs a lot of the time. So 2 root riders and 28 barbs is way better for me personally. Now you can see the root riders, I'm going to pop the warden ability earlier this time because I want to keep my king ability for later. And don't forget, if your king is inside your warden ability first and then you pop his ability later and you have the giant gauntlet, he will still be in another warden ability in front of your heroes, and then he has the Phoenix to be in another warden ability type of, well, pet or something you want to call it. But this is insane how much the king can help you in these Sui attacks. And look at those root riders, man, tanking for the champion. I'm going to snipe the enemy champion on the outside with 3 headhunters, because we didn't need headhunters for the queen or that king. Simple as that. I think I may have used one for the queen, I'm not sure, I missed it probably. But healers with the queen, very nice touch, dropping those barbarians on the back end defenses. And of course we have a freeze to swag, so you can see already I'm not taking the risk to go for the core. But don't worry, we have kind of similar box bases that you can go for the core, and I'm going to showcase every possible version of bases and box bases and double poisons as I can. So let's go to the next hit. Now this base is a bit annoying for a lot of people. They still don't know how to do it, and this is a variation of a Town Hall 15 base. It's just been edited so nicely with double poison to defend the super archer. Now usually you go for the core, right? But no, look at the core, there's so many empty spots, the poison towers could drop on you, and it's just so risky, especially with maybe a Titan CC or something. So what I'm gonna do is actually go something like the previous attack. So go ahead with a nice, not too wide of an angle, but a decent angle. And guys, this value is enough. If you remember on diamond bases how we used to hit the bases with the side blimp, we go for Town Hall, we get 1x1 next to the Town Hall, and then because we cloned nicely, we get the monolith behind it. So this is kind of the similar method that we use on a diamond base, but I'm using it on a box base because the value is enough and the funnel is set. The only problem is that we didn't pull the CC. That's the only problem of this value. Everything else is completely fine. Warden on ground, and by the way, I have the diggy on the warden. Don't worry, tomorrow's video I'm going to do a best equipment and best pets for each hero and each strategy I'm trying to do, but let's see how that goes. Now I'm gonna wall break just because I want to give King and Barbs the access to the other side, because the root riders are not going there yet and they are going to be annoying. The Titan went the other side, so these rocket loons will annoy our King a bit. You need to make sure you kind of pop the warden nicely. Again, I'm going to pop the warden before that King ability, I believe, on this attack. Yes, there we go. Warden ability. I noticed I dropped the champion a lot earlier on these style of super burst attacks, just because she has that fox and she can literally help a lot, especially with the king pathing. She can get a lot of the defenses out the way so the king can go nicely. And look at that king ability in another warden ability with the earthquake, making sure the queen has access to basically everything in the base now, and the champion helping out from the top side, getting that single inferno which could have locked onto our heroes. Wallbreaker, barbarians, we got a lot of barbs, we popped that queen ability. The healers finding a few traps, but still they're healing something, they're healing the queen at least to kind of full HP, I would say. Champion going around nicely, we got a lot of barbarians, and that's how you can get this base done as well. So always don't go for the most perfect value, for the most craziest warden ability on poison bases, just because guys they are poison tower. That means the base is already weak because there is no rage tower to make the base stronger. Every defense got a nerf, and if you are good on hero Sui, just like this attack, you can easily triple these. Here we are on the next base, and guys, guess what? This is a ring base with the double poison. Now one thing I'm gonna tell you, and it's a small tip, so keep it between us. Guys, in Legends League, it's been a few days, it's been literally weeks, I think, since that Cookie Troop is out, and still no one runs Titans in the Clan Castle. So I'm like, hold on, why not to try to go from the opposite side of the Town Hall with a nice warden ability? Because usually I never do this. I don't recommend it, never in all my pro sessions to my students. I never recommend such warden ability from the opposite side of the Clan Castle, just because if it's a Titan CC, you are going to have troubles. And by the way, this is a very early morning attack, so I didn't actually see the Town Hall. I went so close, like I'm doing a blizzard attack. I should have landed a lot before it, but still, look at the value we're getting. It's not going to be the most perfect value, right? Because, well, we used the warden, but still we got Town Hall. Nothing really after the Town Hall, and nothing around it, as in the sides. You can see the cannons and scatters are up, but one thing I'm going to tell you again is that, of course, this strategy is a lot hard hitting than the current defenses, so make sure the super archer is decently enough. Even if it's not, never give up, because you can always triple even if you fail a lot of the things inside that attack strategy. So now we're going in, of course, with the root riders on the sides. I'm just going to do this little trick right here, trying to wall break this right side so I can get the mortar done and dusted, so then the root riders actually open the path to the core. That is a little detail that the root riders can do, but it was not just enough in time, so the heroes had to go around. Now I'm gonna freeze this ricochet cannon and the scatter and the multi to keep the queen ability alive, and then dropping the champion again kind of early, halfway through the attack. Usually I keep her, but now she's gonna give us enough value. King in earthquake is gonna be absolutely amazing in front of the queen. Few barbarians to break through this wall, and of course few more barbarians. I'm trying to drop it on the multi-archer tower on the top side, trying to see the pathing. That queen ability with the healers is doing kind of amazing, I'm not gonna lie, because she's still alive. She's still giving value even though she's gonna go down. And of course the healers will always switch, and that switch with the healer to the royal champion on a lot of the attacks could actually save you the attack. So having healers in this army just out of nowhere is the most beautiful thing ever. But let's go on to the last hit, which was a challenging base, but let's see how I did it. Okay, we got this box base. This is also one of those very known box bases back, I would say, in Town of 14, but they brought it in 16, and they also brought it in 15 and then 16. Now with this base, this is those type of bases that the poison tower in the core is in a way that it can drop on your blimp and then you land the blimp after it, because the core gives you a decent value. And if you go from a very, I wouldn't say very wide angle, but not the middle, look at what I'm doing with the angle. I'm going from that angle because I want to get one side of the base. What does that mean? That means if you go for the core, you are going to miss both scatter shots. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna promise you, you're gonna miss both scatter shots. But with this clone, with this super archer and the wall break, you have access to the left scatter shot and the left defenses. Now I'm gonna see this super archer value because they're gonna step forward, and I had to invest another invis very early. So it's an unfortunate spell placement from my side, but don't worry, we pulled the poison, and look, we got one side scatter shot. And I'm gonna tell you how to then sui this base, because it looks a bit weird, right? The monolith is up, it's not really looking the most perfect. Now look at this ricochet cannon. I'm not dropping the queen yet because it can damage the queen, so that's a small little thing. And then I drop a barb, then the queen, so the queen takes less damage and the ricochet goes to the barb. Now here is where I'm looking and see how to get this monolith. But one thing I didn't notice was that the expo is on ground. I should have dropped that ice golem 1 second earlier, and this is how my queen ability will go off before the town hall. Now we're gonna clear these few things out, and then I was hoping to get that miner into the monolith, but didn't work out very nicely. Now look at this queen ability, because she is going to generate HP back with those healers, and by the time she reaches the town hall, she has enough HP to take it down. Now I'm going to drop the king on the lower side, champion to go and help the king, one barbarian to the Tesla before we forget later on in the attack, and a few more supportive barbarians for the queen to make sure she takes out the town hall. We have a root rider still kept just because we didn't need to use it, and of course the king is a bit behind, but the champion is going to keep being invisible, so it doesn't matter that much if the king is a bit behind, because at the end they're gonna kind of actually reach each other. Headhunters for the champion, sniping it out before my heroes reach it. And as always, I have a few barbarians for the backhand, and I'm telling you, this army with 2 root riders is working out a lot better personally for me, just because we have more barbs and I can invest them nicer than having only 24 barbs. King ability, opening the wall nicely, and of course we have to go for the back end buildings just because I don't want to time fill. Simple as that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this whole little guide on a lot of the styles and double poison towers of bases, so you can get the idea of how to get them down. Hopefully I'll see you soon on the next one. Take care and peace.